If you love the look of the busted canvas design and Christmas gingerbread, then this video's for you. I'm going to combine two very popular trends, the busted canvas as well as a fun gingerbread design. And I will demonstrate for you a most charming project using both techniques. Some of the items you'll need for this project include the Dollar Tree $1.25 dollhouse. I'm also using this warm caramel color 2x Rust-Oleum spray paint. If you prefer, you can certainly always paint your house with some liquid paints mixed together to get that gingerbread color. I'm also going to be using the Posca paint marker as well as some of the tulip puff paint. Here, I have spray painted the gingerbread house with 2 coats, allowing it to dry in between, and I'm using that Posca marker to outline the shingle design that's already present on the plastic house. It makes it very easy to be artistic, because all you have to do is follow the outline of the contours. You'll see that I decided to use the Posca paint marker for some areas of outlining, and in other places, the tulip puff paint gave the look of billowing snow. Here, I'm using the tulip puff paint on the top roof, and then after I got a nice coating, I'm going to add some of this iridescent glitter. I bought this large bottle at Walmart, but you can find iridescent glitter in many places, including the dollar store. What I'm demonstrating here is just one of endless possible ways that you can decorate these houses. I did use the spray paint, and it gave me a very nice even coat, which provided a wonderful blank canvas for adding the decorations. The embellishment options are also endless, and Dollar Tree has lots of glittery adhesive strips and beads and sparkles that you can add to your house. I kept mine pretty much simpler, with mostly just using the white icing effect. And here you see I'm going around the outline of the window. The design that's already impressed on this design of the house makes it really easy to feel artistic, and all you really have to do is outline what's already there. After using the marker to outline all of the details around the doorway, I thought it would be pretty to add a little bright spot of color over that doorway under that roof line with a wreath. Now I'm using a piece of the Dollar Tree canvas, and what I'm going to do is cover it with a piece of a snowy kind of cotton blanket. I bought this from Amazon, and I'll provide that information below. But you can use any cotton batting with some of the Dollar Tree snowflakes sprinkled on top. And you'll see that I did add some of those snowflakes to mine as well. What I'm doing is just cutting a piece of that cotton the right size to fit over the back of that frame. And I'm going to use hot glue, as you see me do, to attach it all the way around those 4 sides. It's really quick and easy, and the cotton just is so flexible that it makes a very beautiful background. That soft, snowy surface provides the perfect background for our decorative gingerbread house. To tie in the colors of the wreath, I also, as you see, added some green garlands under each window with some little dots of red berries. Here, I'm using some hot glue around the back of that gingerbread house. Just go along the edges of that frame, and then it will allow you to easily adhere it to that cotton background. And I'm just showing you here how I did that and how beautifully it sits against that shimmery, snowy surface. Using some of the snow from a little package that Dollar Tree sells, I'm sprinkling on some additional flakes just to enhance that sweet look of the new fallen snow and the crystalline kind of look that it often has. From a selection of scrapbook paper from Michael's that I bought with a 40% off coupon, I chose this gingerbread pattern, and I'm using Mod Podge to adhere it to one of the larger Dollar Dollar Tree canvases that you can find in the Dollar Tree Plus section. After you apply a nice even coat, you'll want to attach your scrapbook paper to that surface. Because the paper wasn't quite wide enough, I did have to piece together another section, but it worked beautifully, and you don't even see the seam line once you use the Mod Podge and are careful to match the pattern. After that dried, I flipped it over, and I'm now adding a nice coating of Mod Podge to the back of that canvas. On this, I'm going to attach a beautiful sheet of red rice paper. I love using rice paper for these projects because of its texture, and once you apply several coats of Mod Podge over the surface of that rice paper, you'll see that it takes on a leather-like quality, making it very easy to use the busted canvas technique. Also important to mention is when you do lay your rice paper down, you want the good side facing up. Here I have some cute little Dollar Tree gingerbread cutouts. You can find these in a package at Dollar Tree, and you'll want to paint them to look like gingerbread. Here I'm using these two colors mixed together in a little lid that came off a fast food container. Save those kind of things because they do make for very good paint palettes. After I mixed these two colors to get a gingerbread looking quality, I added in some baking soda. Adding baking soda to the paint gives your paint a more textured quality, and it's a good way to add a more realistic finish to the gingerbread. You can add more or less depending on how much texture you're trying to achieve. After getting that thoroughly mixed in, it's quick and easy to paint these little wooden cutouts. Now let's return to our canvas. You can see that I'm using this heat gun that I bought from Amazon to just hasten that drying process because it is important to dry in between coats of your surface Mod Podge. And I did add 3 separate coats to this back side. On the front, I added just 1 coat of Mod Podge, and again, I'm using that heat gun to thoroughly dry it so that we can move forward and do the fun part, which is creating our busted canvas. Here, I'm just demonstrating for you how I did coat that front surface with 1 coat of Mod Podge, and it does dry clear and provides a nice sealant. Now that everything is thoroughly dried, I'm going to use this X-Acto knife to create a cross design in the center of the back side of our canvas. You can see I'm just going down with that vertical line, and now I'm going across horizontally. Then I'm going to use a pair of scissors to make our cuts going outward. You can make as many different cuts as you like, and you want to consider what it is you're going to be framing to decide how deep you want to make those cuts. And depending on how many of these spoke-like cuts you're creating will determine how many curls you'll make to roll back. When you flip it over and roll back your curls, you'll just use a drop of hot glue on the tip of each to hold them in place. The same white puff paint works really well to add expression and personality to our gingerbread. I also added some little buttons to brighten them up a bit. Another fun find, this was in a package from Michael's, so you'll see how I decorate him. But first, I want to show you how to add some lights to the back of the gingerbread house. I used that same kind of bust-out technique by making these spoke-like cuts in the back of the canvas, and then I just fed through there some string lights, leaving exposed the battery pack so that we can turn off and on the little switch. Then I just folded those flaps back, and you can see that it works beautifully to illuminate the gingerbread house from within. It also casts a glow against that snow setting. In order to give the back of that canvas a nice clean look, I'm putting some hot glue all the way around the edge, and then I'm going to use the leftover piece of red rice paper just to lay that down. That will conceal that opening in those wires. And now with that piece of rice paper adhered, you can see that the backside has a nice clean appearance. Now to frame our gingerbread house into the busted canvas, I'm just using some hot glue around that opening edge. And there you have it, an illuminated gingerbread house bursting forth through that busted canvas. You can see some of the additional decorative details that you can add, including the little gingerbread who are scurrying out. I also put up the fence in front of the snowy lawn. And I just decorated the nutcracker with some highlights of red. For those of you who are new, my name is Lisa. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been so much fun to create. I've done some other busted canvas videos, and you can find those on my playlist on my channel. Thank you for joining me. It's been fun. I have lots more planned for the Christmas and holiday season. Do take care, and God bless.